This is the O-Review podcast. O-Review.
Hi, welcome to another episode. Whenever a pair goes through my hands or sort of passes on, I like to do a video on it because chances are most of those pairs are not ones I ever plan to buy again. A lot of these are like the acid frog skins, the inmates, things like that. Things I didn't really plan on ever having, but you know, if they're in my possession for a moment, I'd like to do a video on them just to kind of either show them off or maybe perhaps persuade some of you to check them out and maybe purchase them as well. So today we're going to take a look at the Alpha Decay Garage Rock. And the Garage Rock is in essence a frog skin inspired model. Came out a couple years ago, and its design elements are based off of a guitar. There was another one at the time which was based off another instrument, but basically the Garage Rock is in essence a frog skin with a few extra accents. You'll notice that on the temple here there's some inlays here with the square icon, so it adds a little bit, extra detailing to the traditional frog skin model. You'll also notice some sharper angles here on the ear stem, and in all essence it fits pretty much the same. So I will try these on now just to get a feel for the fit. If you're used to wearing frog skins, it's really going to be a very similar feel to it. They all almost feel more like Jupiters. Obviously there's less of a curve than a frog skin. So basically, Jupiter frog skin, most of the feel is going to be very similar to those. As far as accents goes, in addition to the temple here, there's a slight, almost like a raised bump there at the end, just for some detailing. But the Alpha Decay edition is basically just this matte olive with a little bit of brown and black accents there. Unfortunately, the Garage Rock is the least interesting of the Alpha Decay series, and there's 3 in the series altogether. There's a style switch, and then there's a frog skin. Personally, I think the style switch is the most interesting. If you take a look at the branding here, the bag and then the mini poster it comes with, at first it looked sort of like a jigsaw puzzle, and that's honestly what I thought it was until I sort of looked at it in person. But really, it's just a very abstract, blotchy pattern on sort of a camo backprint. If you remember the Jupiter camo series a few years back, this is almost like a very post-apocalyptic, grungy version of the Jupiter camo. Almost like you took a Jupiter camo and left it out in the rain for a year, and that's kind of what it looks like in the end. I don't know why the Garage Rock went with such a very dull pattern, or actually omitted the pattern altogether. It's really just a solid color with some color accents versus the style switch and the frog skin, which have this pattern fading into the tip of the ear stem. So if I were to get one of these myself, I'd probably go with the style switch. Unfortunately, the Garage Rock and the frog skin both go for about $120. The style switch goes for $200. So you pay a little bit more. You do get the second set of lenses, which, just like my Fast Jacket review, you have to pay for the extra lens whether you want it or not, and that tends to bump up the premium a bit. But if you want something that's a little bit less costly, the frog skin and the Garage Rock are lesser alternatives. The frog skin does have the pattern, so if you like the pattern, that might be something to go for. However, if you really like things that aren't screaming at you, this is a good option too, because the olive is actually a very nice color. And I'm calling it olive. It's actually sort of like a very dull gray, but it does have a little bit of green in it, so I'm calling it matte olive. I personally probably wouldn't ever pick up a Garage Rock. It's not my style, but it is a nice solid release, and I would recommend it if you're into the frog skin style and you want something that's a little bit different, but not too out there. It is definitely more of a conservative frame, even though it has some of the artwork and add-ons that are a little more out there. So, just another quick one. I would recommend it if you're into that style. If you're into crazy things, I might want to pick up the style switch, which I might someday. Might not. I have a lot on my plate right now, so probably not. But it is sort of something that piqued my interest, kind of like the offshoot I got picked up a few months ago. But all right, as always, hope you enjoyed, and thank you.